Good morning, guys. Definitely an action-packed weekend. Today we are going to check out a Mazda Miata that I will be trying to get as a project for the channel. So as you guys saw in the last video, I did sell my G8. So basically the premise behind that, like I mentioned, I just don't really use the car, and I was going to start lacking content on it. I kind of did everything I could that was, one, reasonable to afford, and two, that I genuinely wanted to do with the car. So we're gonna go check out this MX-5. We do have to travel pretty far, so without further ado, let's hop into the drive.
I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired with yesterday. Flutter, flutter. I fell where my demons dwell. My own little nightmare, I call it hell. Oh well, it's time to get back up. Climbing and climbing, I'm done with this ride, is what I tell myself, so I could feel something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost my styling. Where were you when my heart was on the ground? I thought time would prove that you would stick around. I guess time.
Guys, so we are outside with my recently acquired MX-5 Miata. Now, the maintenance records on this were really good. However, there is a vacuum leak somewhere. I'm assuming on the intake manifold, but we're gonna get our first look under the car, so I want to take you guys along with me. So basically it had a timing belt done on it, obviously new gaskets entailed that, new valve cover gasket, things like that, and then just basic and proper upkeep with the car. The only oil or fluids I have checked so far were the oil and the coolant, and both of those look really clean. And honestly, I don't know how well you guys can tell, but the brake fluid looks pretty clear too. It does look like it's browning a little bit. Right off the bat, I do notice a lot of rust on the brake booster, but it doesn't look like any of it's through. But so basically we're just gonna give the car a good once over today. I have now put, I believe, somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 or 500 miles on this. It does drive really good. However, with the vacuum leak, the previous owner did set the idle a little bit higher to compensate for it, but when you're driving at low speeds, it likes to jump up to 2,000 RPMs when you let the clutch off. And so it's just creating drivability issues. So I want to diagnose it a little further. I want to get under here, look at the suspension a little bit better. I also want to inspect the motor mounts, because there does seem to be a lot of play in the motor, which those are super cheap to replace. I could do it pretty easy probably after doing the rear motor mount on that. But let's hop under there. Alright guys, so just some things I noticed right off the bat. This subframe is quite rusty. All of it looks to be surface and not structural though, so that is a big I don't know what to call it, but that subframe has a good bit of rust on it. I'm gonna need to clean that up. Make sure to get that treated. And it does look like the subframe is actually bent, maybe a little bit. The exhaust has definitely scraped on something before, which might be where I've been hearing that exhaust leak from. No. Exhaust looks good. There is some noise though that sounds fairly reminiscent of an exhaust leak. A lot of this scaling does look like it's just on the surface. I could probably clean a lot of this off, honestly, without a problem. The G8 had similar surface rust on it when I first got it and actually brought it out to my buddy's shop, and we descaled it and everything and painted over it, so I don't think that'll be a big deal. There is a lot of oil under here, and I'm assuming this got a pretty bad leak on it, and that's potentially why the timing belt was done. So I'm actually going to clean all of this off while I'm under here, or at least go through whatever brake clean I have and try to get as much of it as I can. Haven't quite got a good look at the motor mount yet. Trying to find the best way I can see it. It is right. Oh. Oh. Phone fell in my pocket and I was just laying on it. Might have scratched it up a little bit, but we're still good to go. I don't know. Overall, I don't feel too bad because it does look like somebody went through here before and cleaned up all the rust on that side of the vehicle and replaced a lot on that side, which leads me to believe the reason there's such bad vibration on the driver's side is because there's worn out bushings over here that never got replaced. Which unfortunately I have the car on ramps, not on jacks, so I can't quite test that right now. But everything does look really healthy under here. The bushings I can see look to be in good condition. There is a lot of rust on the brake calipers and the rotors that I will be addressing eventually. I'm definitely getting the brakes redone in the very near future. But there's a lot of oil deposits up there too. So I can't quite see the motor mount from here or underneath the vehicle. Oh, okay, there we go. Just barely get a good glimpse of it down through here. Oop. So from what I can tell, that motor mount looks pretty healthy. So it might be the passenger side one that is no longer good. No, passenger side one looks good still. There might be a transmission mount that I need to inspect. But before we start doing all that, I'm gonna get some brake clean and try to clean up what I can underneath the car. So I don't want to accidentally leave out any part of the Mazda that I work on. So I picked up a replacement set off of Moss Miata or Moss Motors of the pedal covers. So basically all this does is it adds one to the accelerator pedal and then replaces the clutch and brake pedal. So I'm going to swap those in real quick, but before I do, just so you guys can see what we're working with, these are the god-awful condition my pedals are currently in. So we're going to take these off and replace them with the new ones. Alright guys, so there we go. There is the new Moss Motors Roadster pedal covers. Probably won't make this a video of itself. I would probably just toss it in something, but here's what the old ones looked like. They actually both ripped with me trying to remove them, but they were just super crusty. Oh, look at that. Super crusty and worn, and I really wanted one on the accelerator pedal. So now that is fixed. There's also this, which goes to a security system, and I don't know where my OBD port is, which that might just be me, but I gotta look into that. And then I adjusted the clutch pedal the other day. That's way better. Now I just gotta get the idle issue fixed. Definitely have a ton more planned for this car, and I am so excited to get started on it. Wheels, tires, brakes, suspension are probably going to be first. I will be addressing the top. I was looking through the Moss Motors catalog, and I want to go with one that has a panoramic rear roof. I don't know about a hardtop. I'll eventually be able to pick one up. So that'll definitely be a thing, because why not? But that's where we're going to get started. Everything mechanically is very sound with the car. I got to get a replacement carpet for the trunk boot, or for the trunk lid. Both of these stock taillights do leak, so I need to fix that, which I will probably be replacing those anyways. Got the battery. Need to do a proper tie down for that because it's just bungeed in place right now. There's also some speaker wires in the trunk that I am going to be removing. I will eventually run my own because I will install at least a small 8-inch subwoofer back there, as well as upgrade both door speakers and probably add tweeters just to make the stereo sound a little bit better, and actually to make it a little bit louder because I do like riding with the top down. Probably going to do sun visor deletes. Anyways, I don't want to spoil everything. I have a lot planned for the interior. But hope you guys enjoyed that quick little install. Alright guys, so I covered everything very well in the video as far as everything that is wrong with it. It needs a new top. I need to do a heavy interior detail and clean. I did the engine bay the night that you guys saw that video where I was looking under the subframe. I used a bunch of degreaser, a lot of brake clean and stuff like that, and I got all of that stuff underneath the car cleaned up, and I'll make sure to show that in a video just so you guys can see what it looks like afterwards. It looks a lot better. There is a lot of rust that I need to clean up on, and the passenger frame rail is bent and the driver's side is dented. So I will be addressing that issue with a fairly common fix. But basically, if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, make sure to drop them down below or shoot me a DM on Instagram at Who's That Vibe. But I hope you guys are just excited for the project as I am, and make sure you're subscribed, because this will be a build series start to finish. I don't know if I'll sell the car at the end. I don't know. We'll see. But so if you guys want to see all the Miata content, make sure to subscribe. For some reason, a lot of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, so do me a favor, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.